Hey guys, I haven't made a video in a while, but recently purchased this 2004 Honda S2000 and been fixing it up. Purchased it from a family member, and there was a rattle in the catalytic converter. Obviously catalytic converters are not the most they're not very cheap these days. They go for quite a bit. So problem with this one was the core was actually loose inside, and so it rattled at low RPMs. If you were just giving it a little bit of gas or downshifting, you would hear it kind of rattle a little bit. I wish I had a sound clip of that, but it was pretty annoying. So narrowed it down. Thought it was the heat shield at first, but it turned out to be the catalytic converter. So I took it out real quick. Luckily nothing was rusted too severely. And rather than buy a new catalytic converter, I saw a couple of other people online recommended, or not recommended, but kind of a workaround of the heat shield rattling and just replacing the whole thing. Sometimes if the core is still intact, which this one is, let me see if I can get. So the core is still really good. Hopefully that's okay. It looks like it's flashing a little bit. But it looks pretty good on both sides. It's just that the whole core actually broke free and is shifting up and down just slightly. You can kind of see that where the O2 sensor was. It was actually hitting the O2 sensor. So that's what that little divot is. That's the O2 sensor. That's where I was sitting. So that little divot was hitting the actual core. Strangely enough, it didn't have a it's a weird looking O2 sensor. I wonder if to look into that. But strangely, it wasn't a check engine light on for it, even though it was contacting. So what I did was I just used the self-tapping screw. These are one inch self-tapping screw. I took this little washer with the insulator off just to give it a little more, get it a little deeper. And this rubber or whatever this is made out of, that's going to melt anyway, because obviously these get pretty hot. And just drilled that straight in. And now, so before, if I did that, you would hear it rattle, but there's no rattle now. So I'm gonna put this back together and see what we got. Hopefully that fixes it, because I really don't feel like spending some money, $500 to $1,000. If you want OEM, it's over $1,000 on a new catalytic converter. So see what happens. All right, here we go. I think we got it. Check engine lights on because of evap. We gotta replace the solenoid apparently. But the rattle is gone. It would come on right around 1200 RPMs, 1400 RPMs when it was coming down. But all right, so yeah, see how long that screw lasts. From what I read online, some people have had it in there for the length of their ownership, which was at least a few years, so that'll be good enough for me. I think by then it'll probably be time to replace the cat for real anyway, but for now I think that's a pretty good solution.